I never in a million years thought I'd make a video talking about this, but I'm going to make a video talking about this because it seems like there's something going on in the world today that we need to talk about. And in light of recent events, I feel more inclined and emboldened to make more videos talking about things of this nature and life in general. My whole goal with this YouTube channel was to occasionally talk about being a man of God, all right? And what that looks like, because I think that there is corruption in the world that is emasculating men. Then I think on the other side of the coin, there are extremists that are taking men out of the place of what they're called to be by God and just hiding it under we're called to be men. And they're taking that to a point where it is actually not biblical. Okay, which we could get into that topic some other time. I just thought I would want to be a voice for that campaign of being a man of God and what that actually looks like. Not trying to throw shade, just saying what motivated me. But we're going to discuss some other things because being a man of God, a lot of you are going to be fathers. And maybe there's somebody else who is not a man, a woman, who is going to watch this because it's important to have these conversations with your kids. And that's what I'm talking about today. It's a very difficult conversation. I hate to say that, actually. It's not a difficult conversation, but it seems to me that people are having a hard time with this conversation because there's no way we would be in the situation that we're in if you didn't have these conversations with your kids. And it's the conversations where your kids start to decide what they want to be. And I'm going to speak from my own experience as my daughter has done things like this. She is 3 years old, and she has done things where she's come up to me and said, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And I say, "I'm a boy." And she's like, "And I'm a boy." And I say, "No, you're a girl." I kind of just spoiled the whole thing right there. But that's literally the conversations. Just the other day, we're playing around. She has the leash, and she wants to play around, and she wants to be a puppy. And I said, "But look at Dad. You're not actually a puppy. You're a person." "Why, Dad?" "Because that's how God made you." "Okay, you can pretend to be a puppy. We can play pretend. But at the end of the day, you are a person and a human." And it's been conversation other times where she says, Dad, or calls me mom. "No, I'm Dad." "Well, you're a girl." "No, I am not. I am a boy." It's that simple, guys. I don't know genuinely, I don't know why I have to make this video, but I do. Because apparently the world today, this has to be a conversation we have with our kids. Don't know why. I genuinely don't know how we got to this point, but we are at this point. And if you need tips on how to handle this conversation, the moment your kid, 2, 3, 4, whenever they are full length talking and they start to try to decide who they want to be, it is your job as a parent to instruct them in the way that they should go. There are certain things in life where they will have the freedom to decide. Basketball, band, football, wrestling, school, certain things that they will decide in their life, jobs, and so on. But there are certain inalienable things that they will be instructed in the direction that they are supposed to go. And you as a parent, if you are worth your salt as a parent, if you can't handle this conversation and take your child and instruct them and say, "No, you are a boy," if they're a boy, "No, you are a girl," if you are a girl, and kibosh the whole thing. There is no third grader that comes up to me and says, "I am not who I am." And I just let that play out and say, "Yeah, sure." My daughter tells me she can fly. Do I let her go up on the roof and jump off? She's decided she's a bird. No, I don't. If you can't handle these conversations, you should not have had kids. And if you are just not sure about how to handle the conversations and you're watching this video wondering how, well, guess what? You just tell them no. I don't make a big deal about it. I don't take my daughter and spank her and say, "How dare you say this?" No, I just say, "No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a girl." "Okay, move on. Let's watch Bluey." "Okay. Okay, Dad. Moving on." There's times where she's like, "No, you're a girl, Dad." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm a boy." "No, you're a girl." "No, I am a boy." Listen. And I explained to her, whether she understands it or not, but it's planting the seeds, and it's an understanding that God made me as a boy and made you as a girl, and that's the way that it is. Period. End of discussion. No more silly talk. And she understands and moves on. Guess what? We haven't had a problem. She's 3 years old and she can grasp this. You as an adult should be able to grasp it and be able to talk to your kids. Have these conversations with your kids. Good golly, what world are we living in? God bless you. God have mercy on your soul. I believe any of you who have struggled with these conversations or have let your kid decide what they want to be, I believe there's redemption for you. I believe it's not too late to fix it. Start putting your foot down and start instructing them in the way that they should go. Thank you very much. God bless.